Listen to me, chosen one. This is not a test. This is not a coincidence. This is the hour heaven could no longer delay. I speak to you not with the words of man, but with the breath of the Spirit that moves through the stillness of this night. While everything around you feels quiet, unseen forces are stirring. Scrolls are being opened, names are being read, and yours is among them. Heaven has called your name, and tonight the silence you have endured will meet its answer. The voice that echoes from the throne says, "Now is the time." It pierces the darkness and finds its way to your heart. You are not here by accident. You are not reading this because of curiosity or chance. You are here because a divine covenant, written long before you were born, has reached its appointed moment. Heaven has been waiting for you to awaken to it. Every moment of delay, every unanswered prayer, every night of tears was not wasted. It was building the stage for this encounter. I know you are tired. I know you've lain awake at night wondering if God still sees you, if he still remembers the promises he once whispered to your heart. The answer, chosen one, is yes. He has seen every tear and heard every prayer. And while you thought he was silent, he was writing the next chapter of your life in heaven's book. You thought it was over, but heaven was only pausing to prepare the next move. Tonight, Archangel Michael stands near you. His presence is not a metaphor. It is real, fierce, and radiant. His wings stretch across your atmosphere, and the fire of his sword cuts through the shadows around your soul. He cries out, "Do not look away, do not scroll. This moment was chosen for you." When he speaks, the very air shifts. Something invisible begins to align. You might not see it yet, but heaven's light is reaching through the darkness, drawing a line of glory straight into your spirit. I am not here to frighten you. I am here to awaken you. Heaven is not calling you to panic. It is calling you to attention. Because tonight, chosen one, God is not here to test you. He is here to summon you back to your purpose. He is not asking for your perfection. He is asking for your presence. Stand up inside your spirit, because the dawn is about to break, and with it, a sign will come that proves you were never forgotten. Every divine shift begins in the night. There is always a silence before the sound, a pause before the promise appears. That silence tests your faith, but it does not mean God has left. Silence on earth does not mean silence in heaven. When it feels like nothing is moving, heaven is building. When it feels like prayers fall flat, angels are aligning the pieces you cannot yet see. You are standing in the last hour of the night before dawn. The darkness feels thick because light is so close. And I hear the Lord say, "Before tomorrow comes, you will see that I never left you." That is why I am here to tell you the silence you are standing in is carrying the light of tomorrow's sunrise. Do not walk away. Do not rush through this moment. Every word you are reading carries the current of heaven, stirring the deep places of your soul. Stay, listen, because from this point on, heaven will begin to reveal the secret that was meant for you to hear before the new day begins. Every time heaven moves, it calls someone first, and tonight, chosen one, that someone is you. Chosen one, hear me clearly. This message is not for everyone. It is not for the crowd scrolling aimlessly through noise and distraction. It is for the one whose heart has been burning quietly beneath the weight of waiting, for the one who has been crying out in silence when no one else was listening. Heaven has drawn a circle around you, and tonight you stand inside it. You have been set apart, not because you are perfect, but because you carry something heaven refuses to let die. This calling is not random. It is deliberate, designed, and deeply personal. You may have thought your journey was ordinary, but the truth is that heaven has been writing a story that no one else could live. Every detour, every disappointment, every moment that felt wasted was a step on a divine map leading you here. You were never out of sight, only out of timing. And now, the timing has caught up with your destiny. When God chooses a person, he does not call the strongest or the loudest. He calls the one whose heart still listens. You, chosen one, have carried faith even when you had no reason left to. You kept believing when everything seemed lost, and because of that, heaven calls your name tonight softly, but with authority. You have been chosen not for comfort, but for purpose. There is something you must carry into the new day, something that cannot be given to another. This is why I say this message is not general, it is surgical. It is being delivered precisely to the place in your soul that has felt unseen. You are not one of many, you are the one heaven waited for. The angels around you are aligning moments and people to bring confirmation. You will begin to notice signs that seem small, but fit perfectly into prayers you once whispered and forgot. Those are not coincidences, they are heaven's fingerprints, placed there to remind you that your name is known. And so I say to you, do not shrink back. Do not think yourself unworthy. The call of God does not rest on perfection, but on willingness. Your obedience opens doors that talent never could. The same God who numbered the stars has numbered your steps, and he is saying now, you are mine, you are marked, you are chosen. Stay awake to this truth, for the next breath you take belongs to a story that heaven itself has written in your name. Chosen one, as you breathe these words, know this: you are not alone. Heaven has not only spoken your name, it has stationed its guardian beside you. Archangel Michael stands near, not as a symbol or a story, but as a living force of light. His presence fills the unseen realm around you like thunder wrapped in mercy. The fire that burns from his sword is not to destroy you, but to protect what God has placed within you. You have been walking through shadows, thinking no one was guarding your path. But tonight, the veil is being lifted. You are surrounded by divine defense. Michael does not appear when everything is calm. He appears when destiny is under threat. He is the warrior sent to stand between you and the forces that tried to delay your purpose. There were moments when you felt sudden resistance, unseen chaos, unexplainable heaviness that was not a coincidence. Those were battles fought over your calling, and while you thought you were losing strength, Michael was already standing at the gate, sword drawn, commanding, "Not this one is chosen." Every blow the enemy meant to crush you has been turned into a lesson of endurance. Every attack you didn't understand was permitted only so your faith could mature into fire. Michael has been watching, blocking what was meant to destroy you, and redirecting you toward the divine path written in heaven's book. You may have scars, but they are sacred proof that the war did not win. You are still here because heaven refused to surrender your name. Right now, as you listen, I sense the stirring of his wings, the atmosphere shifting, the room changing. The tension you feel in your spirit is not fear, it is the recognition of holiness near you. The air grows heavy because glory is present. Michael stands between you and the weight of the past, cutting away every chain of regret, guilt, and condemnation that tried to hold you captive. His voice echoes through your spirit, saying, "Do not look back. What was meant to bury you has become the soil for your blooming." So, chosen one, stand still in this moment. Let the fire of heaven surround you. The guardian assigned to your destiny has not left his post. While you sleep, he watches. While you pray, he fights. And when you feel weak, he whispers, "You are covered." Do not mistake silence for absence. Michael's protection is the quiet armor you never saw but always felt. Heaven has built a wall of light around you, and the command has been spoken, "No darkness shall pass through." Chosen one, listen carefully, for what I am about to say carries the weight of eternity. Heaven is revealing a mystery that many fail to understand. Delay is not denial. The silence you've endured was never punishment, it was preparation. Every unanswered prayer, every closed door, every season where you felt forgotten was never a void. It was the hand of God pausing time to shape the vessel that would hold his promise. You have not been waiting in vain. Heaven has been refining you in the furnace of patience. Do you remember the nights when your tears seemed to fall into nothing? When you looked toward the sky and whispered, "Lord, are you even there?" Heaven recorded those whispers. Every sigh of your soul was caught like a drop of gold in the bowls of angels. The silence you felt was not absence, it was strategy. Because had your prayer been answered too soon, the weight of the blessing would have crushed you. You were being prepared to carry, not just to receive. You see, chosen one, the delay was the evidence that the promise was real. If it was small, it would have come quickly. But heaven never rushes with things that carry eternal significance. While you were questioning God's timing, heaven was constructing your foundation. What you called waiting, heaven called building. Every hidden battle was laying brick upon brick for the structure that is now ready to rise. The very seasons that made you feel forgotten have secretly qualified you for the assignment others are not ready to carry. Impatience is the enemy of destiny. Many who were called have fallen away because they could not bear the silence. They mistook heaven's stillness for rejection. But you, chosen one, have endured. And, because you endured, the timing of heaven has now shifted. The scroll with your name on it is opening. What was withheld is now being released. The pause is breaking. The silence is cracking open like dawn after a storm. What felt like a grave was actually a womb. You were never buried, you were planted. Do not misread the season you are in. The shaking you feel now is not destruction, it is birth. The pressure is the sound of heaven pushing you through the final threshold. God is not late, He is exact. He is aligning every strand of your story so perfectly that when it unfolds, it will make sense in one divine instant. You will look back and say, if He had answered earlier, I would not have been ready. So stand firm, breathe. Do not curse the silence anymore. It was holy ground all along. What was delayed has not been denied. It has been preserved for an appointed hour. And that hour, chosen one, is now. Chosen one, the night is almost over. Heaven's clock has reached the final minute before dawn, and what is about to unfold will not be subtle. God is about to send you a sign, not as a coincidence, not as a test, but as confirmation that the season of waiting has ended. This sign will not come to frighten you, but to settle you. It will speak peace into the chaos that has surrounded you, and alignment into the confusion that has clouded your path. You will not have to chase it, question it, or force it. It will arrive naturally, unmistakably, and in divine timing. The Spirit says this: before the first light of morning, heaven will place something before you that only your spirit will recognize. It may appear as a small thing, a dream, a message, a call, a door reopening that you thought was sealed forever, yet it will carry an atmosphere of holy familiarity. It will feel like something clicks inside you, like a key turning in a lock that has long been rusted. That moment of peace you feel will not be imagination. It will be heaven saying, "This is the one." Because when God moves, He doesn't bring confusion, He brings confirmation. You must remember, the sign from God is always marked by two fingerprints, peace and alignment. Peace, because His presence never brings panic. It stills the waters within you even if the storm outside continues. It does not shout, it whispers, and yet the whisper carries more authority than thunder. Alignment, because the pieces around you will begin to fit in ways that logic cannot explain. Conversations, opportunities, and even obstacles will begin to make sense as though an invisible hand is rearranging the board. When peace and alignment appear together, you will know the heavens have spoken. But be watchful. The enemy will always attempt to counterfeit what God creates. Not every open door is divine. Not every voice speaking to you is holy. The counterfeit comes with pressure, noise, and haste. The true sign comes with stillness, clarity, and a strange sense of rightness that settles deep in your chest. Trust the stillness more than the spectacle. What comes from God does not demand attention. It draws your spirit in with quiet authority. Chosen one. This sign will not just answer your prayers, it will mark a turning point in your life. It will be the visible proof that heaven's alignment has found you. In the very same way the star appeared before the birth of Christ, a light will appear before your breakthrough. It might not shine in the sky, but it will shine in your spirit. Something will shift, and you will know. The promise is alive, the silence is over, and God has stepped into your timeline. When that moment comes, pause, breathe, give thanks. Do not rush to explain it or share it, simply receive it. Heaven's signs are holy. They are meant to be held, not broadcast. In that quiet recognition, you will sense the heartbeat of God aligning with yours. The night has done its work, and dawn is here. This sign is not the ending, it is the beginning of a new chapter written by the hand of heaven itself. Chosen one, now that the sign has been set before you, heaven speaks of covenant, not a promise made lightly, but an eternal contract written in light. The Lord has not forgotten what he spoke over you. Long before this battle, before the waiting, before your tears, your name was written in golden ink upon the scroll of destiny. Every covenant God makes is sealed with his own breath, and tonight that breath is being released again over your life. The covenant has never been broken. It was only hidden, waiting for your spirit to mature enough to carry its weight. This is what heaven says. I have not forgotten you. I have not cancelled what I began in you. My word does not expire, and my promise does not fade with time. You are still the one I chose, the one I prepared, the one I have marked for this generation. The silence you mistook for abandonment was God watching over his word to make sure it would not return void. When you were doubting your worth, heaven was guarding your calling. Every detour, every heartbreak, every delay was a divine buffer protecting your destiny from being stolen prematurely. You see, covenant is not an emotion, it is a signature of heaven. Feelings rise and fall, but covenant stands unshaken. Even when you pulled away, even when fear made you hide, God's covenant remained unbroken. You might have walked away, but he never let go. You were tied to him by threads of mercy stronger than your weakness. There were moments you thought you had failed, yet grace wrapped itself around your spirit like armor, whispering, "Still mine, still chosen." You have not fallen too far. You have not waited too long. The covenant outlasts your mistakes. Archangel Michael bears witness to this truth. He stands before the throne, holding the record of your endurance, declaring, "This one did not give up." And heaven responds, "Then open the gate." What was sealed begins to open. The covenant of light starts to pulse through your life like new blood through tired veins. You begin to see it manifest peace that doesn't make sense, favor that finds you without effort, strength that rises when you thought you had none left. That is what happens when heaven remembers your name. Chosen one, you must understand this deeply. The covenant you carry is not just for your survival, it is for your transformation. God is not restoring you to who you used to be. He is revealing who you were always meant to be. This light is not flickering, it is consuming. The old season is burning away, and what remains is pure gold. Step into this light with reverence, for it is not borrowed, it is yours. You have been sealed again, claimed again, named again. Heaven has reactivated what it began, and no shadow, no weapon, no voice of doubt can revoke it. You stand now under the covenant of light, eternal, unbreakable, alive. Chosen one. As the covenant of light settles over your life, heaven begins to move in threes, the divine rhythm of restoration. God does not simply bless once and walk away. He moves like a river in three streams, to restore, to reveal, and to release. These are not poetic words. They are the blueprint of what is about to unfold in your life. What you are stepping into is not random favor. It is the structured flow of heaven's plan, released in perfect sequence. First comes restoration. The Spirit of the Lord says, "I will restore what was stolen, what was wasted, what was broken." You have cried over things you thought were gone forever, relationships, opportunities, seasons of peace that felt buried in the past. But nothing that was consecrated to God is ever truly lost. Heaven does not erase, it redeems. What you considered ashes, he calls soil. What you buried in grief, he will water with grace until life rises again. Restoration means not just receiving back what you had, but receiving it purified, multiplied, and stronger than before. I will give you beauty for ashes, joy for mourning, praise for despair. The things that slip through your fingers will return differently, holy, refined, resurrected. Then comes revelation. Heaven will begin to uncover what was hidden. Things you couldn't understand before will start making sense, the betrayals, the detours, the waiting. You will see that God was never distant. He was strategic. Revelation brings peace because it shows purpose. In this stage, what was dark becomes illuminated. What was confusing becomes clear. Watch as the puzzle pieces align, names, moments, dreams, and even delays, all fitting into a greater design that your mind could not see before. Revelation transforms pain into wisdom and confusion into calling. Finally comes release. There is something in you that has been locked, waiting for this hour. Gifts that were dormant will awaken. The words you could not speak will come with fire. Doors you knocked on before will swing open without effort because the timing has matured. When heaven releases you, no one can hold you back. This is the moment where what was inward becomes outward, when the seeds God planted finally break through the soil. The delay has ended, and the release begins. You will feel it as momentum, clarity, divine acceleration, a spiritual wind behind your steps. These three rivers, restore, reveal, release, will flow through your life like living water. They will touch everything connected to you, your home, your health, your heart, your mission. And wherever this water flows, life will return. Chosen one, stand ready, for heaven's current is moving. You are no longer standing in drought, you are standing in overflow. The floodgates of divine fulfillment have opened, and what once felt dry will soon bloom again beneath your feet. Chosen one. When the three rivers of blessing begin to flow, they do not stay hidden in the spirit. They begin to manifest in the natural world around you. The first signs of this movement will appear in three areas of your life: your home, your work, and your relationships. These are not separate territories. They are the three pillars through which heaven will prove that its covenant is alive in you. When these begin to align, you will know that God's hand is not just touching your spirit, but reshaping your reality. In your home, peace will begin to settle like a fragrance. The same walls that have witnessed your exhaustion will start to carry the sound of stillness. Where arguments once lingered, laughter will return. Where anxiety haunted your sleep, rest will reign again. The Spirit of God says, I am cleansing the atmosphere of your dwelling. You will feel the difference: lighter mornings, calmer evenings, a sacred ease that cannot be explained. Even those who step into your home will sense it. Heaven is reclaiming your living space as holy ground, because what God does in your soul must also dwell where you lay your head. In your work, the rhythm of heaven will bring clarity and expansion. Doors that refuse to open will unlock with little effort. What felt heavy will begin to move with grace. The Spirit is removing confusion and replacing it with focus. You will sense new creativity, sharper discernment, divine connections, people who carry keys to your next level. This is not a random favor. It is strategic fulfillment. You will no longer labor in vain, for the Lord is positioning you to operate from grace, not struggle. The same task that once drained you will suddenly yield results beyond your ability. That is what happens when heaven breathes on your assignment. In your relationships, the sorting will begin. The season of false peace is ending. The Spirit of truth is walking through your circle, revealing motives, separating the loyal from the deceitful. This is not cruelty, it is cleansing. God will not allow you to carry wrong alliances into your next season. Some people will quietly drift away. Let them. Others will return, restored and realigned. Receive them. Every divine relationship will be purified and every counterfeit one will crumble. You will learn that loss is sometimes the language of protection. Chosen one, these manifestations are not small ripples, they are the evidence of heaven reorganizing your world. Do not fear the shaking, it is the sound of order. The same God who restores your spirit will not leave your environment untouched. You will live where peace reigns, work where purpose flows, and walk beside those whose hearts echo your own. This is the fruit of alignment when heaven no longer hovers above you, but begins to dwell with you. The unseen covenant has now taken form. Heaven has stepped into your house. What heaven is doing in you does not stop with you. The covenant of light is too vast, too holy, to end within a single life. When God restores, He never restores in isolation. He restores in legacy. What is being awakened inside you tonight is not only for your healing, but for the healing of your lineage. Every prayer you've whispered, every battle you've endured, every tear you've shed has been planting seeds in the unseen soil of generations to come. You are not merely living your story, you are repairing the story of your bloodline. The Spirit of the Lord says, the cycles end with you. Cycles of fear, of scarcity, of rejection, they break here. The walls that trapped your fathers, the patterns that haunted your mothers, the spiritual debts that ran through your family's history, all of it meets the authority of heaven in you. You are the interruption. You are the reset. You are the enough that heaven spoke over your family line. Michael himself has drawn his sword across your ancestry, declaring, no more. This one stands as a gate of light. Oh, you will begin to notice the ripple effect of this shift. Peace will start to move like an invisible thread through your household. Conversations that once ended in conflict will begin to find harmony. Children and loved ones who wandered far will feel the quiet pull to return. The very atmosphere of your family will begin to soften, the hardness will melt, the division will fade. Do not be surprised when reconciliation begins where you least expect it. That is not a coincidence. That is inheritance being rewritten in real time. And this blessing is not confined to blood. It extends to the spiritual family God is giving you, those who carry your faith, not your DNA. The ones drawn to your voice, your example, your endurance, they are part of your generational reach. You are becoming what Scripture calls a living altar, a vessel through which heaven continues to pour out redemption long after your season of struggle ends. When you stand, others will rise. When you speak, others will awaken. When you obey, entire households will find their way home. Chosen one, heaven calls you not just a survivor, but a builder of legacy. The oil flowing over your life tonight will outlive your name. It will cover your children, your community, and your future. The blessings being released through you are not temporary. They are architecturally designed to remain. You are the bridge between what was broken and what will be whole. Lift your eyes beyond the present. What God is doing through you will echo into decades, into generations. The warfare was never just about your peace. It was about the destiny of everyone connected to your name. You are the turning point. You are the first in your line to walk fully free. And from this point forward, freedom will be the family inheritance. Chosen one, the moment is near. The air around you is thick with prophecy fulfilled. The night that once felt endless is giving way to dawn, and with it comes the sign not imagined, not symbolic, but tangible proof that heaven has moved on your behalf. The spiritual has begun to collide with the natural, and you are standing in the intersection where eternity touches time. This is not a whisper of hope, it is the manifestation of what was promised. The sign will come quietly, but its impact will roar. It will not need explanation, because your spirit will instantly recognize it. It will be as though the atmosphere around you sighs in agreement, as though something long locked has finally clicked into place. You will feel a holy familiarity, a peace that silences your questions, and a joy that does not depend on circumstance. That is how heaven identifies itself, through peace, through alignment, through inevitability. Be alert in the coming days. For some, The sign will appear as a door that reopens a dream, an opportunity, or a connection you thought was lost forever. For others, it will be a message, a call, or an encounter so perfectly timed that it could only be divine. The words you will hear, the faces you will see, the feeling that floods your chest, it will all carry the same echo. This is it. This is me. That whisper will not come from your thoughts. It will come from the throne. Do not rush to explain it. Do not dilute it by seeking validation from those who cannot see what you see. The proof of heaven is not for public approval. It is for personal conviction. Some signs are meant to be shouted from rooftops, but this one is sacred. It belongs between you and God. When it happens, stop, breathe, stand still. Let it wash over you like warm rain after a long drought. The sign will not just comfort you, it will seal you. It will confirm what you already suspected deep within, that God never left, that the delay was never denial, that his plan was always on schedule. And this sign will trigger motion. Once heaven confirms, it accelerates. Events will begin to move faster than logic can explain. What was stuck will suddenly shift. What was resistant will yield. You will watch in awe as conversations, alignments, and provisions begin to fall into place, each one echoing the same rhythm, the rhythm of divine order. Do not fear the speed, embrace it. You are ready now in ways you weren't before. Heaven does not waste momentum. What is coming is not chaos, it is choreography. Every step, every meeting, every open door has already been scripted in light. The same hand that began the story is now turning the page. So when the sign comes, and it will know this, the waiting season has completed its assignment. The silence was the womb, not the grave. The delay was the soil, not the end. What you are about to see is heaven's handwriting upon your timeline. And when it happens, whisper back to the sky, I see you. For that is all God ever wanted. Not your perfection, not your performance, but your recognition of his presence. You are living proof that heaven still speaks. Chosen one, as the dawn finally breaks and the sign begins to unfold before your eyes, heaven does not simply walk away. The God who called you through the night now invites you into covenant communion. What began as a whisper of urgency now becomes a declaration of destiny. You have crossed through silence, warfare, delay, and revelation, and now the covenant must be sealed through prayer. This is not the end of the message. This is the beginning of your awakening. Pause for a moment. Feel the air around you. The stillness you sense now is not emptiness. It is the calm of divine completion. You have entered the hour where heaven watches quietly to see what you will do with what has been given. The angels who fought for you now stand in reverent silence, waiting for your agreement. Every word you speak from this moment forward carries creative power. So open your heart, lift your spirit, and let your soul answer heaven's call. Father in heaven, I receive what you have spoken. I no longer see the delay as rejection, but as preparation. I thank you for the covenant of light that covers me, and for the sign that confirms your promise. Lord, where I once saw confusion, I now see your strategy. Where I once felt alone, I now feel your presence surrounding me. I accept my identity as your chosen one, not because of my strength, but because of your mercy. I declare that every word you have spoken over my life shall live and not die. I align my heart with heaven's rhythm, and I refuse to move ahead of your timing. Break every curse that tried to cling to my name, and let blessing flow from me into generations yet unborn. Teach me to walk in the peace of your presence, to discern truth from imitation, and to guard the sacred things you reveal. Let your light burn in me until it consumes every trace of darkness. I consecrate my home, my work, my relationships, and my future to you. May everything I touch carry the mark of your hand. Let your angels encamp around me, and let Michael continue to fight for the destiny you have written. Strengthen me to stand firm in the days ahead, humble in heart, bold in faith, unwavering in purpose. And when the world looks at me, let them see evidence that you are still alive, still speaking, still reigning. In the name of Jesus Christ, the living word, I seal this covenant. Amen. Now breathe, chosen one. Let the words of that prayer settle into the deepest parts of you. The warfare has quieted, the night has yielded, the light has fully broken. You are no longer the person who entered this message, you are the one who has emerged from it, carrying the fragrance of heaven's fire. The mark upon you is real. It glows in the unseen, recognized by angels and feared by darkness. Remember this truth. The covenant is not a moment, it is a movement. You will feel it in the days to come, in the way peace clings to you even in chaos, in the way opportunities begin to seek you rather than you seeking them, in the way strangers recognize something divine in your presence. These are not coincidences. They are the overflow of the seal placed upon you tonight. So go forth. Live as one who has seen dawn after the longest night. Walk with quiet authority, knowing that every step you take echoes through eternity. Speak with grace, move with purpose, and never again doubt the presence that walks beside you. The scroll has closed, the light has risen, and heaven has spoken. You are chosen. You are sealed. You are free.